welcome back to my channel. Today I welcome you to part 2 of the Gabbie Hanna show. And oh boy, is it a show. A shit show. Because today we are talking about what happened recently. The first drama that is more recent is last year November. And Gabbie thought it could be a great idea to harass children. So what happened? On Discord, those kids, teens and young adults shared the Google Doc with their experiences to warn other patrons or people who wanted to become a patron. Totally valid, because Gabbie advertised a service she didn't do in the end. And they made another server to vent and rant about the whole situation, the other server, the Patreon, and Gabbie. Someone took screenshots and leaked them to Gabbie somehow. And then Gabbie leaked those screenshots into her mod chat on her Discord server to basically call them out. And in the end, she talked to all of those teens on their Discord server, not on Gabbie's, on there. And then she started a conversation basically asking, hey, so about the lawsuit. And that is what I want to show you. Gabbie said, I never shared private chats of you guys. I shared the last one because you guys left stuff in my Discord and erased it. So for everyone who was confused, I showed them. And someone said, so you still leaked them? And she said, now you're gaslighting me into thinking that it is my fault. Yeah, Gabbie's favorite word aside from narcissistic abuser and high school bullies is gaslighting. And gaslighting is a very specific technique used by certain people. When you say, hey, that is a blue phone. For example, when I say, hey, this is a silver pen. And you will go, no, it's black. And I would say, no, it's silver, I can see it. And the other person would say, no, it's black. I don't know what you're talking about. And the other people would say, no, it's black. I don't know what you're talking about. And they would do it so often that at some point I would think that this pen must be black, because why would they do this? And you would doubt your own sanity. What Gabbie is referring to is just people saying, hey, no, we didn't do this, you shared the shit. It's not our problem. Because she did. She, the message before said, yeah, I showed them. But again, Gabbie loves the word gaslight. I'm not suing anyone, obviously. That would be insane. But I do have my lawyers involved because my mental health can't take another hit right now. Again, that is what you can call gaslighting. To say, hey, I will sue you, and then go, no, 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 I won't sue you. That is insane. That's kind of gaslighting. Then Gabbie said, do you guys want to give me a contact email that you can control? As opposed to like them being the lawyers, reaching out to people to get to you, because that's how it works if you don't have public info. Again, guys, this isn't a threat at all. I don't want to see anyone in trouble. And then one user said, how about we agree not to talk to you or about you anymore publicly and move on? And Gabbie's response to this, would you sign papers that hold you to that? Because I'm okay with that. Why the urge to get those kids to shut up? They're not slandering you, they just share their experiences with shit you did. And then again, the threat and the manipulation, you guys will need a parent or whoever your legal guardian is to sign it. And someone said, you're asking for kids' private email over sending some screenshots. This is too much. and I 100% agree with this. And Gabbie said, "Can you please delete that? Blank. I'm not trying to start anything. I literally just want to be left alone." And someone, thank God, with a working brain responded, "If you wanted to be left alone, you would have left us alone. But you joined in here and threatened minors and scaring them. It is so stupid. All I've wanted for 6 months is to please be left alone and for people to stop painting me as a monster." But Gabbie, what if you are the monster that's been here all along?
Maybe I'm the monster that's been here all along.
I'm not suing anyone, lol. That would be outrageous. And as the last part of this conversation, someone said, "Do you have our addresses for this lawsuit?" And Gabbie's response was, "I have your socials, which has IP addresses, so yes." I consciously made the decision to keep this part as vague as possible. So it's safe to say Gabbie has no idea what she's doing. She's obviously using some kind of program to find out where people live through their IP addresses. And this is confirmed by this clip.
There was this kid, and I was so convinced it was somebody else because of something they had said. I had them message me on Instagram to see the account, and then have them click a link so that I could see their IP address and have them send me a video. But then once I got the video, I was like, oh my God, this person has sent me videos from somebody else before, so I know this person is capable of having somebody else send a video. So the video, I was like, oh, okay, but I still can't be sure if this is actually this person. And then I asked them to click something so I could see their IP address and where they were. And then I saw it, and I was like, yeah, but they could have a VPN. And then I was just like, dude, this is how I feel right now.
No, Gabbie, you threaten to sue children. That has nothing to do with standing up and protecting yourself. Nothing. You have this problem that you do not have any self-awareness. You don't know what your actions are. And I know that is hard to see because you are yourself. Everything you do, you think is validated, and everything you do has a reason because you have a reason, of course, but your reason is shit. The last few months of last year were pretty silent regarding Gabbie Hanna and big drama. I think at least it's nothing I came in contact with. And then it started to get weird. Let me show you what I mean.
Fuck being good. I'm a bad bitch. And I'm sick. A motherfucker's trying to tell me how to live. I'm back, bitches. And I don't want to hear I'm acting different.
Dangerous living with thieves. We've no morals here. We just do as we please. I don't want to go home where they all stare at me, 'cause I'm tattooed and fired up, been high and so much better and you sat on your fences and you screamed down the tree. What will your legacy be?
Yeah, that was how people started noticing there's something different with Gabbie. It were some conspiracy theories were popping up where people said, oh, she's 100% coming out with some new music or a product, and therefore she needs people to talk about her, because it was, I think, at least I didn't hear anything from any drama surrounding her, And people were thinking, okay, people do not care for her anymore. She's not relevant anymore, at least not that everyone is talking about her. So she started those kinds of things because she knows how shit works. She started making weird videos on her Instagram where she was singing in the studio very dramatic, and her nose against the pop filter, and people were sending more hate comments than before. And many people were thinking about why is she doing this? She always complains about the hate she gets, and now she's doing stuff where she should know that people will hate on her. So people started questioning, blah blah, and then there was this thing happening.
And then she started a Twitter campaign trying to say that I manipulated her friend into defending me. That's how narcissistic and abusive this person is, and how much she cannot accept any type of criticism. Which is hilarious because she really thinks that I can't accept criticism, when the first time her friend confronted her about her shitty toxic behavior, she blamed me, the permanent scapegoat of the internet, and then stopped talking to her friend. Face yourself, bitch. Like, that's crazy to me. And you know why she hasn't critiqued my work in months? Because the last couple times she did it, she started getting overwhelming hate from people both on the internet and in her real life. She talks about me, she gets hundreds of thousands to millions of views, and then she posts a little makeup get ready with me and gets 4,000. That's why she cares about my art. She's not a artist. I don't care about her opinion, because she has no accomplishments in art or has proven to me that she's actually intellectual enough to understand art. I accept my criticism from talented, smart people, not abusive, toxic, exploitative bullies on YouTube. Like, everything's great, and I'm so secure in myself and who I am at this point that I'm so done with bullshit. And I'm so sick of, like, the shit I hear that I've said or done, like, coming back to me, and just, like, hearing the things that, like, people make up. I just, dude, I am somebody who, not to toot my own horn, but beep the beep. I am so kind to people in my life.
And I thought, hey, what kind of hate did Rachel Oates get? Because I'm a frequent watcher of her videos. I also have seen all her videos on Gabbie Hanna, and some of them were petty, but when you do book reviews, you need to spice it a little up because it should be interesting and fun to watch, right? And it was a popular theme to do. Rachel was one of the first that critiqued her first book. And the funny thing is, the review of Dandelion, I think, the review Rachel did was because Gabbie sent her the fucking book. Yes, she sent her the book with a note, something like on it, hey, or she texted her before, I want to send you a book because you are passionate about poetry and art, and I want my book in hands that appreciate the art. But Rachel didn't like the book, and now, 5 to 6 months later, Gabbie loses her shit over a fucking review she didn't like, even though she sent the book to Rachel, which is so mind-blowing to me. And in all of this, Dom the Bomb made a tweet saying one of the worst people or worst celebrities I had interaction in LA, or I met in LA, something like this, was Gabbie Hanna. Gabbie Hanna responded with this.
Next up to bat is Dominic DeAngelis. He had to come at me on Twitter, said that I was the worst person he's ever met in LA. So let me tell you about the day I met him. So before I met him, he played a game of Smash or Pass publicly on YouTube. And when my picture came up, he dehumanized me and demeaned me. You know, like a misogynistic, disgusting piece of shit who acts as if he could have a chance with me anyway. So at a party, he approached me like nothing was wrong, and I confronted him about it. And I said I didn't like that. And he was like, oh, come on, it's just games. And I said, well, you're too short for me to how do you like being judged on your physical appearance? And then he stormed off and didn't like me anymore. You nasty piece of shit.
Let me show you what really happened.
The Gabbie show.
The Gabbie show?
Yeah.
Pass. What would you pass on Gabbie? It's not my type, man. Shit. It's not my type either.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's
so
talk.
You passed me.
I did.
So you mean to tell me that if tonight we got a little bit drunk and I was like, hey, I'm really interested in you. You think you're out of my league?
I don't say you're out of my league.
But you would pass.
Honestly, I'll do anything when I'm drunk.
Just when you're drunk.
No.
Is it the fact that I'm 3 inches taller than you? Is that the reason you're a little intimidated? Is that why you
Yeah.
don't pass?
Yeah.
So I think we all know that if Dom had a chance to Dom would right? Dom would
Maybe.
Yo, it's fine. Nobody on my vlog channel knows who you are.
It's not my type, man. Shit.
He stormed off and didn't like me.
No, Gabbie. You have no idea what happens around you. Gabbie is so deep in this victim mentality that she really thinks every interaction she has with other people is, it's in some kind of way, genuine harassment and hate against her. Everything she sees in people who are talking about her or with her, she makes this evil thing out of it. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. It's mind-blowing to me. That's why I wanted to make these videos, because I cannot understand how a person can end up thinking like this, how a person can end up in all of this saying, he publicly dehumanized me and degraded. No, he just said that you are not his type. That's it. So the next part is the Oscar Wylde part. Oscar Wylde, it was, I think, years ago on Vine, is now on YouTube, Instagram and stuff. He has an OnlyFans and he's a snack. And he started coming back now clean, which is awesome. Congratulations on this. And he committed a sin. Absolutely. He was a horrible person to Gabbie because he liked the tweet. Yeah. The audacity of some... No, I'm joking, but it's literally, he got into this whole thing because he liked a tweet. And the tweet he liked was the fact that Gabbie Hanna still thinks drama like this will sell. Whatever she comes out with is proof she hasn't grown with her audience. It's not a shadow ban, it's everyone's moved on ban. Except the Stans, but honestly, just look up where Stan came from. They are cockroaches. And on this, a tweet from Angelika Oates, she was saying, I'm saying a new song is coming out in a week. That's why we needed to get you trending. Anyway, job done, you're welcome. I'll send you in 6 months for another round. I'll see you in 6 months for another round. And Gabbie Hanna responded, you're getting a lot more than a song, Angel. I don't know if that was her take on a threat. I don't know. It was shitty. And yes, Oscar Wylde liked this tweet. She said, why the fuck did Oscar like this tweet? LMAO, congrats, his verified like finally got my attention. For you, Nick. You have something to talk about now. Go run, make a video. Because Nick and his fiance, Dustin Daly, they're drama channels, they talk about stuff, and even though they are not the biggest Gabbie Hanna fans, let's say this. They were never obsessive or needlessly mean or anything. But again, every critique is hate in Gabbie's eyes.
Hey guys, I know you like to say that women are having a mental breakdown and blame any type of expression of emotions or defending themselves as being mentally incompetent and clearly going through something. I'm actually not going through something. I'm actually finally not going through something. I actually feel really good and strong and powerful, and I've really harnessed my sense of self and self-esteem. I'm just standing up for myself. So if you see standing up for yourself when you're constantly being exploited by people, tabloids, as drama, then yes, I'm a dramatic person. I don't feel embarrassed or like ashamed about that, and I'm going to continue to do that. And when I say that, I mean respond. I want to remind everybody that I'm responding to people who have said things about me publicly, false things, defamatory things, hurtful and slanderous things, and holding them accountable to their own actions as a way to highlight their hypocrisy and the fact that they don't actually care. They just want to make money.
So yeah. After those stories happened, and it's a ride.
I just had an experience. I'm not gonna blast the person because he didn't do it publicly and he's clearly just like nervous. Somebody liked to tweet in support of the people who have been exploiting and mentally abusing me, and I responded to it, and then he DM'd me and he was like, hey, I don't want any problems. It seems like you're going through it. Just so you know, I'm here to chat. It's an open door if you're not okay. So then I responded and I held him accountable to his portion of it. And I was like, yeah, like you contributed to an ongoing hate train. And then he snapped on me and blocked me. So he didn't actually want to be a listening ear. He actually wasn't offering support. It was performative because he's actually just scared that I'll hold him accountable to his own contribution to a shitty, toxic culture. All of these people are fake. Nobody actually cares about humanity or something that's wrong. They're just scared and they only care about themselves, so that sucks. And then what he said to me, this is gaslighting, is that I was, the reason that I get the treatment I get is because of the way that I responded to him. And the way I responded to him was like, yeah, he DM'd me because he felt bad. He should feel bad about what he did, because he admitted to me that he actually didn't know anything that was going on, and he like kind of jumped ahead and supported something without really understanding. That's toxic and that's so I was like, yeah, that like sucked what you did. And then he was like, basically blocked me. Like,
and just a little note on the side. She said after this, because Oscar responded, she said, oh, I don't know what's his problem, blah blah blah. I didn't blast him or anything. If you can see on the right hand side, pretty far down, there's a white stripe, kind of. This is Oscar Wilde's tag. In every story, it is on a different part of the screen. She tagged him, but she made it so tiny and transparent that you almost couldn't see it if you were not looking for it. That is manipulative. Because she can say, oh, I don't know what he's talking about. He must be stalking me. Although she tagged him in every story, and you know how it is on Instagram when you tag someone in your story. This other person gets a notification. XYZ mentioned you in your story. And he got this for every single story.
By the way, I'm actually not going through anything. I actually don't need a friend. I have a lot of really good friends. I'm just defending myself, and women should be able to defend themselves, but people like him, misogynistic, can't face himself, can't hold himself accountable, is going to say that it's me being aggressive because he didn't like being called out on something he did and didn't know how to just apologize for it. Dude, I literally thought he apologized to me because of the way he messaged me, and then I was like, hey, thanks for apologizing, and he was like, hey, hold up, I didn't apologize, because I told him if you're going to apologize to me privately, do it publicly.
Again, if it's a man criticizing her, or a man saying, hey, you're not my type, or a man liking a tweet, yes, that is enough for Gabbie Hanna to lose her shit, which he did. And then Oscar shared some screenshots because he said, "Hey, you are putting me on blast. You are twisting my words. I never apologized. I didn't block you after saying shit. This is what happened." And he said, "This girl has brought me into this for simply liking a tweet, ... Then when extending comfort and any type of empathy, she tells me to publicly apologize amongst an entire novel of my wrongdoings from simply liking one tweet. I cannot. Trying to blast before blocking her. What the fuck?" He wrote her, "Yo, I don't want no issues, lol. I just agreed with this point, and as someone who's grown with my audience, I related to it. I haven't spoken to Nick in a bit, nor anyone for that matter, because I've been working on myself and just getting back into music. I tend to shut everyone out. People are being insensitive and I totally noticed that as well. I've always had my friendship extended to you and will always, because you have always seemed like a genuine person to me. So yeah, if you do need a chat or need a friend, that door is always open, lol. Just don't think that I hate you or anything. I just agreed with his point. I wasn't aware of the entirety of the convo. Hope you feel better. Music sounds great and I hope you continue to concentrate on that. You're very good at it." Pretty nice thing to say, right? Gabbie's response was, "Thanks for apologizing. You could say that publicly since you publicly supported my abusers. It would be nice if people stopped DMing privately to correct the thing they said publicly. That's what's been happening with my exploitation since 2018. Kenza Cosmetics, I think. It's pretty horrendous. Otherwise, I appreciate the gesture, but it's a bit empty if action doesn't follow." And he blocked her after this because she couldn't grasp the fact that there is the possibility that someone can agree with another person who doesn't like you and still try to comfort you and be a friend. There is this thing, but in Gabbie's mind, she never does anything wrong.
I'm drama seeking, right? I started drama. I just want attention. Ah! I do want attention. Please!
After this, there were again many absolutely weird videos that I want to show you, at least certain parts of it, because this video would be 2 days long if I showed you everything. I narrowed it down to certain clips that I find very telling of her mental state.
Do as we please. I don't want to go home where they all stare at me, 'cause I'm tattooed and fired up and high and LA is dangerous.
Leave me alone, Trish. If you actually mean what you're saying, which you don't, just leave me the fuck alone. And I know you're watching this because you're obsessed with me. Just leave me alone. Move on. Let me go. Drop me. Where our friendship is in the past. Get the fuck over it. The number of episodes that Trisha is in is actually wild because, like, she inserts herself into every situation.
Run up, get down up,
yeah, that is Gabbie's current content, which is just a cringe fest.
Why are you so scared, children? What is so scary about me? Why are you so scared? Thank you, the Jonas Monas, for the disco ball.
She made a Patreon post a few weeks ago where she mentioned that she does this all for attention, and she ended this lengthy post with, "It feels good to be in control." And many other commentators concentrated on different parts of this post, but just the line, "It feels good to be in control," is sad and very telling to me, at least, because regardless if she does all of this on purpose or if she is this weird person at the moment, in both cases it is not healthy, and it's a sign of some mental health issues going on. Because if you think the only way to deal with the constant hate, and she gets constant hate, even though she does shitty things, she gets hate, not criticism, or she gets criticism, but of course for her is even the slightest criticism is hate and narcissistic abuse and gaslighting, blah blah blah. But to think that the only way to gain back control, because when you get so much hate you feel helpless, you feel sitting there and just thinking there's no escape. And I understand she can't go offline because it's her life, that's who she is, that's how she gets money, and also it's her life, it's her dream, and even she has the right to get no harassment on the internet. I know it's not that easy, but still it isn't okay. And for her to think that's the only way to gain back control is trolling the whole internet on expense of other people, because Oscar Wilde got harassed, he got panic attacks, it had real effects on him. Rachel Oates had real effects on her. I'm sure Angelika Oates had real effects on her. All those people she started drama with had real effects, and she did all of this to gain back control. It was a troll to get control. That's a weird pun, but okay. And when you think that's the only way, that is not healthy. It's sad that you need to make yourself the butt of the joke of the internet. Just think about, you were in this situation, getting so much hate that you think, okay, I have to provoke all this hate to finally understand that, hey, I did this, they are just doing what I want. Because that's the only way for her to feel in control. She would get the hate anyway, and now she gets even more hate. She has the sense of control, and also she can play the victim more, because now she's getting more hate. Now she can say, oh,
I'm in the middle of all of this, it's so horrible, and narcissistic abusers, gaslighting, blah blah blah.
All of this, she can now be the biggest victim on the internet. And what I want to do with these videos was just maybe showing another part of all of this, maybe explaining that there is an underlying mental health issue. Either way, if it's really a troll or if it's really her and she thinks she needs to do this, it's probably a combination of both. But regardless, in either case, it's not healthy. In either case, you are safe to assume there is something big in her mental health that isn't healthy at the moment. And it's granted. Just think about 3 years of hate. Regardless of it, if it's validated, because in her mind it's not. And it doesn't matter what you and I think. It just matters what she sees. And she sees herself as the victim. She sees herself as necessary of keeping tabs on everyone, because she said she has multiple old phones and hard drives and everything where she has information on everyone who interacted with her, and she wants now to make this 13-part documentary on herself to show the internet that she's not that evil person she thinks everyone else thinks that she is. She always says it's the end, it's the final thing, and blah blah blah, and I think she does this to go with a big bang off the internet. And I don't think it's good. She uses ADHD as a shield. It's always, oh, you neurotypical people. You know how many people are not neurotypical? My mental health disorder, borderline personality disorder, is in the group with narcissistic personality disorder. Even though I am not narcissistic, but the manipulation tactics used can be similar, but there's different intent. And for example, for me, I learned in therapy how to spot my own manipulation tactics, because I don't do it consciously. My brain leaves out certain parts so I can say, oh my god, I'm the victim, what she does. But I know that I have to be cautious about those things. So I know, oh shit, I'm doing this again. And then I talk to my boyfriend and say, what had happened? And everything is fine. But she is still in the mindset of, I'm the victim, everyone else is bad. And that is very, very dangerous in my opinion. It shines a bad light onto the mental health community because she uses it as a shield. So, I'm sorry you don't understand my book. I have ADHD. No one cares, Gabbie. So many of the world's population have mental health problems, and most of them do not act like you, because you are responsible for everything. If you get better, if you see all your mistakes like you did, I think last year or what it was when you came back, you admitted to many things and people were very understanding. The problem is that you don't think anymore you are in the wrong. And that shows many of us that you are still in your delusion. And that is concerning regarding your platform, because you do not care for your fans. Because if you did, you wouldn't use them as a weapon against people that you think did you wrong. Rachel Oates didn't do you wrong. She made a review that you didn't like. And I'm sorry to say that it's so hurtful to you. Just doesn't track. You responded to a 5-month-old review. If you would really think that it was so hurtful, you would have responded immediately and not half a year ago. And I think that's the end for the Gabbie Hanna series. Let me know what you think down in the comments, because I tried to be as unbiased as possible, especially in part 1. But in part 2, with all of that, just wasn't possible. But I hope it did help that in part 1 I just wanted to show another perspective of things. And now my more biased report and commenting about the newer stuff, because it's very hard. It's fascinating to see a person who is so deeply hurt and just broken, but also being such an asshole to people. And as Repzion said in his amazing video. She is the absolute master of projection. Everything she accuses everyone else, she is. Narcissistic abusers. Just think about Oscar, Rachel. You use them for trolling the internet to gain back control. That is narcissistic abuse. You accuse everyone of manipulating. You try to manipulate your fans on Discord. You try to threaten to sue them, but also say, hey, I don't want any problems, just if you want to talk to me. That is manipulative. You are everything you accuse other people of. And that is the problem. That is why people don't like you. My only appeal to people is, do not go and send her anything. No nice words, no bad words. That's the most important thing. Because everything gets thrown in one pot. When you say, hey, I'm there for you, what you're doing isn't cool, you are a hater in her mind. I know I kind of contribute to all of this with this video, but I think with a not as bad video is more win than bad, because people hate on her when they just know a little bit, and you can hate on her. I don't like her either, but I also feel for her. There is the possibility of doing both, and I think that is why I wanted to do the video, to show you can disagree with her but not be a hater. And if just a few people that wanted to hate on her just don't because of this video, I think it had a good purpose. So thank you all for watching. Leave a comment down below. Become part of my legion by hitting that subscribe button, or become a member of my Patreon legion. And all my socials are down below as always, and I see you next time. Bye!